All right, guys, it's Thomas Bird here. I'm running Death Guard. I don't even know what to do with myself. There's no boys in blue. There's no Guilliman, but we're going to try to run something different. We got Death Guard. They beat the pants off of me last week, so we're going to see if I can't use that power against my opponent. He's running Chaos. We got Death Guard, so we're keeping it all in the family. So to start it off, of course, we have Mortariaon. His special Warlord trait is the Gloaming Bloat, so no rerolls for hits and wounds. In Contagion range, my HQs, I got a Lord of Contagion and a Malignant PlagueCaster. He's got an extra relic that lets him know an extra power. We got 5 Deathshroud Terminators. We have a Surgeon and a Foul Blightspawn. That's the guy that lets you count as not charging. He's got that aura, so he's really powerful against people charging in. We've got 1 unit of Spawn, 3 Spawn. We're upgrading him with the strat to make him +1 toughness and give him disgusting resilience. We've got 2 5-man Plague Marine squads and Rhinos. One guy has upgraded to a Flail. We have 1 fitted, what is that thing called? The lawnmower, so it doesn't have the right equipment here, but we're using that as the flesh mower. Got a Plague Burst Crawler with Entropy Cannons. 2 10-man Pox Walkers, just to fill out some troops. And yeah, that's it, Death Guard. It seems like a lot when I wrote it down on paper, but I don't know. I got a lot of stuff here. So let's go over to the Chaos side and see what he has.
All right, guys, Steven here. I'm going to be playing the Black Legion Chaos Space Marines portion of the event this evening. So we're going to start off with Abaddon and all the fun that he brings to the table. We are going to have 2 Chaos Space Marine sorcerers. The guy with the jetpack will be Mark of Zinch, and the guy on foot will be Mark of Slaanesh. The party trick are going to be our obliterators. We're going to start with 1 unit of 3. They're going to start unmarked so that we can use the Pantheon on these guys and hopefully get some work done. We're going to have 2 units of 2 obliterators. They are both going to be Mark of Khorne, so they are going to come and play with the Bloodmaster with the Crimson Crown. On the Chaos Demon side of this, we are going to have 25 Bloodletters with the Banner of Blood, and we're going to have 1 small unit of Nurglings to hopefully score an objective or 2 early. We're going to have a unit of Warp Talons with the Mark of Khorne. Still 1 wound. That is unfortunate, but we're going to live with it. We're going to move on to the troops in the Chaos Space Marine detachment. So that is going to be a unit of 30 cultists, and then a unit of 10 cultists, and a unit of 10 cultists. And we are going to see if we can beat the pants off of, oh my God, Mortariaon, holy moly. And yeah, we're going to have some fun. So there we go.
All right, here we are, guys. The bottom of turn 1. We've already set up deployment. It's really cagey with Mortariaon doing the setup, but I ended up winning to go first. If you look at Steven's army, he had some obliterators here, he had some obliterators here, and he has a big unit of 3 obliterators there. A bunch of close combat here, Warp Talons and Bloodletters. I've stacked my majority of my you can't fight force. I really buffed him up in case he wants to kind of slingshot and charge me over here. But I put Mortariaon all the way over here. I wanted to go first. I rolled a 6 for my advance, but I just kind of pushed him back to make him kind of come at me if he wants to split his force. So now he's got to decide, does he want to shoot Mortariaon or does he want to shoot those Terminators? Mortariaon got Miasma off, so he's fully buffed up. And then we popped a couple banners here just to get some of those things started. So that's the end of my turn. Not a lot of shooting. I did shoot and kill 1 unit of obliterators, way more than I expected. Go Plague Burst Crawler.
All right, so we shifted from our deployment to the left a little bit. The obliterators did solid work, got Mortariaon down to 1 wound remaining. It's right on the cusp. Would have been nice to get him on the first turn, but that is going to be what it is. We fell back off this objective. I don't need to hold 4, and I do not want to give the Deathshroud Terminators anything to charge, so we fell back. Going to see what happens. The cultists have moved up, and this is where we're at. So we will find out here shortly.
All right, here we are, bottom of turn. Actually, we just finished top of turn 2. Morty with his 1 wound limped along 8 inches to charge these guys in the cultists. So he's able to swing and hit and wound with 15 kills the cultists. They're inside of range of Abaddon, so they don't care about morale. Their one toe is on that objective, so they're going to score that point. Boo. This guy had the choice to charge the cultists here and try to pile in, or just charge them straight. I was worried about casualty manipulation and pulling the wrong models to not let him pile in where he wanted to, so I went straight for the 9-inch charge. With the CP reroll, failed it. So that guy is just sitting there out in the wind. Cultists are alive. Not the greatest result. These guys, the Rhino moved up. The Plague Marines that were here jumped in. This guy popped up, shot downtown between that wall there, and killed one of the 2 obliterators. We did some mortal wounds from Lantern, shot and killed some guys, or wounded those obliterators, but he's still alive. Over here on this flank, we casted a lot of powers. Miasma, Putrescent, just trying to buff these guys up. They ran and got on some objective. We popped the droning again just in case he wants to come in and charge, so that'll make the 12-inch bubble of you can't charge me. And that is the end of my turn. So let's see what Steven does with his obliterators and how long can Morty live with his 1 wound.
All right, so end of 2, we killed Mortarion. We actually killed Mortarion with the obliterators, and the bloodletters charged and killed the fetid blight drone, and now they're hiding over here in the corner. We lost 1 cultist to a morale. Nobody cares about that. And these guys are still coming down range, and they are going to be a problem here shortly.
I set up for a long charge here. I needed a 9, so I decided to leave my Rhino in combat so that if I didn't make the charge, that Rhino potentially could live if he rolled poorly because he wasn't getting very many swings. I failed the charge, as you can see. The Rhino did not live. He rolled a bunch of 6s. And 6s with those guys is double damage. I had a long charge here. I needed a 10. I rolled a 9. Didn't make it. This Lord tried to come out of the booth so he can use the droning on those jump pack guys and make them run slow. He failed that 6-inch charge. These guys made their 6-inch charge and killed those cultists, took his banner off. This guy here took some pot shots, killed that lone obliterator, and dropped a mortar and killed a third that 1 wounded obliterator. So he's down to just 2 obliterators, but he's got a unit of bloodletters just going to run wild. So where is he going to go with these guys? That's the question. So on to bottom of turn 3.
All right, guys. I think it was a very good turn for Chaos Space Marines. We used a command point to Pantheon the Obliterators, and then I was able to reclaim it and then spend 2 more command points to grow one of the Obliterators back. It was fantastic. We murdered all of the Death Guard Plague Marines over here in this corner. Over here, we've run up so that we can die closer to him. Going to help us out. And then the Bloodletters murdered most of the Pox Walkers and have touched the tank. So we're in decent shape.
Well, actually, top of turn 4 finished. Death Guard, these guys just piled in, but they're trying to keep the coherency to stay on that objective. They swung and whiffed on the tank. I decided not to fall back. Just trying to keep that guy alive. I shot into combat. He does owe me a morale test over here.
Ooh, I do.
So please fail that.
I lost 2 guys.
You lost 3 guys.
3 guys. 7. So
fails it.
That is a failed. So how many guys do I have left in the unit?
We'll come back to that while he's thinking about it. I moved this Rhino over here, thinking about secondaries. This guy ran back as well. I made a critical mistake. Just because you can do the thing doesn't mean you should. These bolter guys just kind of popped off at these 10 cultists here. I shot the flamer, and I accidentally killed all 10 before I charged onto the objective. Now he has a banner there. He has more objectives on the primary because of this objective. No one to charge. The Lord here failed his charge on the Nurglings. These guys ran, trying to threaten that. Ugh. And that's the end of Death Guard. So we're going to bottom of turn 4. See what Steven. He's kind of running away with it on the secondaries. While we stand, I don't know that I can get in there and get him. So
all right. So it was a good turn 4. We've got the Plague Burst Crawler down to 4 wounds. And everybody else has gone and hidden here in his back this back ruin, and we're just waiting to see what happens. Thomas is probably going to kill some Nurglings. Good work, Thomas.
All right, guys, top of turn 5. I've done everything I possibly can do to get some points. Let's walk through that. I've already lost this game. We know that. But we're just trying to see if we can eke some points out. If you're playing in a tournament, playing a competitive game, it's always worth just trying to figure out ways you can sneak some points in at the end. My opponent here was trying to charge and kill me. Once he's in combat, he's only strength 4. So he needed 6s to wound me, and I made a few saves, and I stayed alive with 1 wound. That's important because that lets this Rhino, which advanced to get into my table quarter for my secondary, to now stay alive, potentially, at least not getting charged by those guys on his turn. He ran into my deployment zone, so I have bubonic Astartes in everybody's deployment zone on the objectives. Somehow, I rolled 1,000,000 attacks. This spawn could not kill 3 Nurglings, unfortunate. These guys ran, and they just crossed the line to be in the final quarter, so I'm in all 4 quarters there for that secondary. He still has the full power of Blitz, so if he kills those guys, he's going to get while we stand, and he's also going to kill my guys, so and take away those points.
All right, here we go. So it was a good day for the Chaos Space Marines. Abaddon is still alive because Thomas chickened out and pulled the closest guy, so I couldn't attempt to make a charge here and whoop him. So we held this objective in the end and this objective, and our lone sorcerer here stood up a banner, and that is it. So it was a good fight.